Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's episode, Alex brings Tuna and baby Henry to Kai Xuan at his starch factory and pomelo buying yard. He keeps everything calm and practical, gives Li Xi to the workers and merchants, and reminds everyone that a good year starts with safety, respect, and steady routines. If you enjoy healing slice-of-life stories grounded in real work and quiet love, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. Tuna rode in the passenger seat with Henry strapped behind her, the morning still pale and cool. Alex drove with both hands steady on the wheel, not rushing. He preferred a different kind of strength, quiet order, clear steps, no wasted motion. The starch factory appeared at the edge of town, lights already on. From the parking area, Tuna could hear the low hum of machines warming up and the soft call of workers greeting one another. Lan was at the entrance, clipboard in hand, hair neatly tied back, looking like she had already checked 3 lists before breakfast. "Happy New Year," Lan said as they approached. Her eyes went straight to Henry and softened. "He's awake." "Barely," Tuna replied with a small smile. "He's watching." Alex nodded to Lan. "How's the start?" "Smooth," Lan said. "I kept it light. Just opening checks, cleaning, a small test run. No heavy loading today." Alex's expression eased. "Good, safety first." Lan led them inside. The air smelled faintly of clean water, starch, and metal that had been wiped down carefully. Workers moved in calm lines, not frantic, just purposeful. Someone laughed near the back, then lowered their voice when they noticed the baby. Tuna stayed close to Alex, holding Henry's bag against her hip. She felt a familiar flutter of nerves. This place was Alex's world in a different way than the farm was. Here, his responsibility had a wider shape. It showed in the way people looked up when he arrived, the way voices became focused, the way problems waited for him to name them. Alex noticed her tension without calling it out. He spoke softly, close to her ear. "If you get tired, we step outside." Tuna nodded. "I'm okay. I just want to do it right." Lan pointed toward a quiet corner near the office where a clean chair and a small table had been set. A thermos of warm water sat there, and a folded blanket rested on the chair back. "You can stay here with Henry," Lan told Tuna. "It's away from noise and dust." Tuna looked surprised. "You prepared this?" Lan shrugged. "Practical. First day, we plan for what matters." Tuna's chest warmed. She settled the blanket over Henry's legs and checked his hat. Henry blinked, then made a small sound, as if approving the warmth. Alex walked the floor with Lan. He didn't make a speech. He checked the production line with quick eyes, tapped a guardrail once, looked at a pressure gauge, then nodded. He spoke to one worker, asking about their family. He spoke to another, asking about a sore shoulder from last year's rush. The questions were short, but they landed like care. When he returned to the center, Lan handed him a small stack of red envelopes. They were simple, neat, and identical, prepared to avoid any awkwardness. Alex held them in both hands for a moment, as if reminding himself this was also part of leadership. He called the team together with one quiet gesture. The workers gathered in a loose semicircle. Some smiled, some looked shy. All of them stood straighter, not from fear, but from respect. Alex spoke calmly. "Happy New Year. Today we start gently. No rushing. We check machines, clean stations, and run a light test. Safety first. If anything feels wrong, we stop and fix it." Lan nodded beside him, confirming every word with her posture. Then Alex began handing out the envelopes. He didn't throw them into hands like a boss distributing rewards. He stepped forward one by one, said each person's name, and placed the red envelope into their palms. "Happy New Year, An Hung. Health for your parents. Happy New Year, Chi Mai. Rest your back. Don't lift alone. Happy New Year, Mpuk. Study well this year. Help your mother." The workers smiled more openly now. Some bowed their heads. One older man's eyes shone for a second before he looked down, embarrassed by emotion. Tuna watched from her corner, quietly amazed. She had seen Alex solve problems, negotiate, plan. She had not seen him do this. Call people by name, remember small details, wish them well like family. Henry stirred and made a small noise. Tuna bounced him gently. "Shh, baby, we're watching," she whispered. Alex finished the envelopes and turned back to Lan. "Any issues?" "None," Lan said. "The team is steady." Alex's gaze swept the room once more, then softened. "Good, we keep it steady." As workers returned to their stations, Tuna stood slowly with Henry, keeping her steps careful. Alex came over immediately, lowering his voice so the factory stayed quiet around them. "How are you?" he asked. Tuna looked at him honestly. "I feel proud and a little overwhelmed." Alex nodded like that made sense. "It's okay. This is my work family. You don't have to perform, just be here." Tuna's throat tightened. "They respect you." Alex glanced toward the workers. "I respect them first." Lan approached with 2 cups of warm tea, offering one to Tuna. "Drink," she said gently. "It's cold outside." Tuna accepted with both hands. "Thank you, Chi." Lan's mouth lifted into a small smile. "You did well coming. Not everyone can step into a place like this and stay calm." Tuna looked down at Henry, then back up. "I'm learning." Alex checked the time and nodded toward the door. "We don't stay long. We've done the start. Let them work." As they walked out, Tuna looked back once. The machines hummed softly, the workers moved with quiet rhythm, and the red envelopes disappeared into pockets like small sparks of luck. In the car, Henry finally relaxed, eyelids heavy. Tuna held her teacup carefully and watched Alex's profile as he drove away from the factory. "You were different in there," she said. Alex kept his eyes on the road. "Different?" "Not colder," Tuna clarified. "Just larger, like you were holding many people at once." Alex was quiet for a moment. Then he said simply, "That's the job, but the important part is still the same." Tuna turned to him. "What part?" Alex's voice stayed calm. "To keep things steady, so people can go home safe." Tuna nodded, and the word steady settled in her chest like a promise. The new year didn't need fireworks for her to feel it begin. Sometimes it began with a clean floor, a warm cup of tea, and a red envelope placed into working hands with respect. Alex drove from the factory straight toward the Pomelo buying yard, keeping the pace calm. Henry slept behind Tuna now, his breath soft, the blanket rising and falling. Tuna watched the road and held the warmth of the morning in her chest. The red envelopes, the names Alex remembered, the way the workers' faces softened when he spoke to them like people, not numbers. The buying yard was already active, not loud but moving. A few small trucks were lined up. Men carried crates with careful steps. The smell of citrus and damp leaves mixed with the air. Alex parked where he wouldn't block anyone, then turned to Tuna. "We'll be quick," he said. "Just to check. Just greetings." Tuna nodded. "Okay." He opened the back door first and glanced at Henry. "Still sleeping?" Tuna smiled. "Let him sleep. We'll keep our voices low." Alex carried the small bag of gifts they had saved for this stop. Tuna carried the baby bag and stayed close, her steps measured. The yard felt different from the factory. Here, everything was more open, more exposed to weather and mood. But Alex walked into it with the same steady energy. Lon called once. Alex didn't pick up immediately. He looked at Tuna, then at Henry, then stepped a little aside and answered in a low voice. "Yes." Lan's voice came through short and efficient. Alex listened, eyes scanning the yard at the same time. "Good," he said once. "Keep it that way." Then, "Send me the note. I'll read later." He ended the call and returned to Tuna, without letting the conversation spill into her space. "Everything okay?" Tuna asked. Alex nodded. "Just an update, nothing urgent." A familiar merchant spotted Alex and waved. "Happy New Year, boss." Alex raised a hand in return. "Happy New Year. How's the start?" "Good. The fruit is nice today," the man replied. "People want clean goods." Alex nodded. "We keep it clean." He walked along the crates and checked a few pomelos with quick, practiced hands. Not squeezing harshly, just feeling the weight, the firmness, the skin. He lifted one, turned it once, then set it back carefully. Tuna watched closely. "You can tell just by touching." Alex glanced at her. "You learn after a while." He spoke to another seller, an older woman with a scarf around her neck. "Happy New Year, Auntie. How's your health?" The woman smiled, surprised by the directness. "Still here," she joked. "Still working?" Alex's face softened. "Work is fine. Health is first." He handed her a small red envelope. "For luck, please accept." The woman tried to refuse, then laughed and accepted with both hands. "You're too polite." Alex replied simply, "It's Ted." He moved to the next person, repeating the same gesture. Greeting, brief question, envelope offered with respect. No performance, no awkward hierarchy, just a calm ritual that made the day feel steady for everyone. Tuna noticed how the workers and merchants responded. Some smiled openly, some bowed their heads, some became quieter, like they didn't want to waste the sincerity. It wasn't the money that changed the air. It was the way Alex treated them, like part of the year's beginning. Henry stirred once, then settled again. Tuna adjusted the blanket edge and kept walking beside Alex, feeling proud and quiet at the same time. Alex stopped near a scale and watched a young man weigh a crate. "Don't rush," Alex said. "Accuracy first." The young man nodded quickly. "Yes, boss." Alex's tone stayed even. "Not because I'm strict, because if we rush, someone loses, either us or the seller. We don't do that." Tuna's chest warmed. She thought of her own new house, her bamboo table, the simple meals. This was the other side of the same value. No waste, no cheating, no pressure that hurt people. After the checks, Alex stepped back and looked around the yard one more time. "Quality is good," he said. "Keep records clean. If any message comes asking to change quantities, don't accept it unless it's verified." A few workers nodded immediately. The instruction wasn't new, but it mattered that he repeated it without fear. It kept the line clear. Tuna watched him and realized he was starting the year the same way he lived. Quietly, responsibly, without waste. Lan texted again. Alex glanced at the screen, then slipped the phone away. He didn't open it here. He didn't want the day to become a screen. Tuna noticed. "You can read it." Alex shook his head. "Later. Right now, I finish what I'm doing." They walked toward the edge of the yard, where a small stall sold hot tea. Alex bought one cup and handed it to Tuna first. "Warm," he said. Tuna accepted with both hands. "Thank you." She took a sip and felt heat move into her fingers. "You've been working since morning," she said. "Do you ever feel tired of caring so much?" Alex looked ahead for a moment, then answered quietly. "Yes." Tuna blinked. Alex continued, still calm. "But I don't carry it to be praised. I carry it so things don't break." Tuna nodded slowly. "I saw that today." Alex glanced at her wrist, where the leaf charm rested. "And you don't need to carry guilt," he said. "You being beside me is already part of the work." Tuna swallowed. "It still feels new." "It will feel normal," Alex replied. They returned to the car. Alex checked Henry again and smiled slightly when he saw the baby still asleep. "Good timing," he murmured. As Alex drove them home, Tuna looked out at the passing trees and small houses. The new year felt different now, not because the world was perfect, but because she had seen Alex in his full shape, steady in work, steady in kindness, steady in the way he protected people without turning it into a show. Near home, Tuna spoke softly. I understand more now. Why you're always careful. Alex nodded once. Because care is cheaper than repair. Tuna smiled at that, surprised by the practical poetry of it. She glanced back at Henry, then forward again. Happy New Year, she said, not as a greeting now, but as a quiet decision. Alex's voice stayed low. Happy New Year. And when the bamboo gate came into view, Tuna felt that their life had a rhythm that could hold both work and family, if they kept choosing steadiness, one ordinary day at a time.
Vào một buổi sáng ngày đầu năm mới se lạnh, Alex đưa Tuna và Henry đến nhà máy tinh bột của mình để bắt đầu ngày làm việc đầu tiên một cách nhẹ nhàng. Nan đã chuẩn bị một lịch trình làm việc thoải mái và Alex đi vòng quanh nhà máy để kiểm tra máy móc và an toàn trước khi phát lì xì cho từng công nhân, hỏi thăm gia đình họ và chúc họ sức khỏe. Tuna nhìn với niềm tự hào, thấy được trách nhiệm và lòng tốt của Alex. Tiếp theo, Alex lái xe đưa họ đến khu thu mua bưởi để tiếp tục khai xuân, kiểm tra chất lượng lô hàng đầu tiên, chào hỏi những thương nhân quen thuộc và phát lì xì với sự kính trọng giản dị. Anh nhắc nhở mọi người giữ sổ sách sạch sẽ và chỉ chấp nhận những thay đổi đã được xác minh, trong khi Nan gửi những thông tin cập nhật ngắn gọn mà Alex xử lý một cách lặng lẽ. Họ trở về nhà với một trái tim bình yên hơn, vì Tuna hiểu rằng sức mạnh của Alex không ồn ào, nó ổn định, che chở và được xây dựng dựa trên việc đối xử tốt với mọi người.